Just recently, we had a video dedicated exclusively to the best comebacks in the history of StarCraft 2. We actually missed probably one of the most interesting and unique comebacks of our time, and thanks to our viewer Andrew Sub and ESL's shows between matches, we discovered a really cool game between Scarlett and Gerald. If we take a look at the craziest comebacks that happened in StarCraft 2, most of the time it would be the more experienced player making a comeback after being in a tough spot for a while. However, that's not the case for that particular game. Gerald and Scarlett met during WTL Winter 2023, a famous Chinese team league. This was round 6, middle of the season, and every victory advances your team closer to the top, which is extremely important when it comes to playoff seeding, so every single map must be taken. Round 6 was between Team Shopify Rebellion and Storm Gaming. Scarlett represented Shopify and it should have been an easy 2-0 for her, because she holds a 75% win rate against this Polish Protoss player, and she's also extremely versatile with her strategies and really difficult to play against. However, already on the first map, things started to look different than expected. Scarlett is of course well known for utilizing extremely aggressive Zerg playstyles, featuring mass waves of chip units, and this was the case for the first map, where she was pushing Gerald with Roaches, Ravagers and Lynx, and the supply difference was getting larger and larger, but Gerald still managed to hold his ground and counterattack after gathering a big high-tech army.
I wonder what the play is for Scarlett here, because I feel like very defensive play is going to be kind of difficult, seeing as she needs a 5th now.
She does need a 5th. We do have a Zealot Warp into the main base, and once again, the Lurkers are out of position. Storms are going to be thrown down, and we may not be able to break the 3rd, but we can actually head towards the 4th. Up!
Yeah, and I'm beginning to be a little bit worried for Scarlett here, as the units of Gerald there getting on top of the Lurkers. The Lurkers are going down.
Oh my god, too many Lurkers are falling. Where is the army? We don't have any support for the Lurkers, not on their own. We are down to only a handful of Immortals. The Lurkers are coming from behind. It's going to be a close hold here from Scarlett. Can she pull it off? She cannot.
Wow. Gee, Gerald pulling back an insane victory there.
This was already an upset, and while Gerald is an incredibly strong and promising player, he's certainly not as experienced and skillful as Scarlett, at least yet. Our Polish underdog still had to prove what it takes to win the second map, and conveniently for Scarlett, it was Equilibrium, a perfect place to put down your gold hatchery to rush chip units as soon as possible. And that's exactly what happened. 6 minutes into the game, and Gerald faced a huge swarm of units from Scarlett's side, and it seemed utterly impossible to hold.
Yeah, they got Red Speed going to be kicking in. That's going to help with dodging those disruptor shots. And here comes the first couple.
Up!
Oof.
And so far, some massive connections. The first one was insane. The second one, a little bit less so, but regardless, some big connections here. We do have a shield battery overcharge, keeping one of the Archons alive, just barely. And so far, Gerald, he hasn't sustained too many losses other than that one Archon.
Yeah, the Roaches are bleeding out fast here, so Scarlett's going to have to get some damage on these drones ASAP if she wants to get this done, as the next Disruptor does come on in, takes out a few more Roaches though.
Oh my god, more Roaches are going to be going down. The Disruptors, they barely do survive as well. Lynx are coming in for a surround. The Roaches, they do break into the 3rd base, forcing a recon, and it looks like Scarlett, she has broken the 3rd.
Yeah, 3rd base does get cleaned up. It should be going down.
It should go down. The Archon doing what it can, but yeah, Gerald, he cannot vie for control of that expansion of that 3rd base. And even though Scarlett took some pretty nasty Novas to the face, it's just too much. You can see Gerald looking a little bit upset there on cams, just could not hold on.
After the trade, the supply difference was more than 80, which is almost record-breaking. And even though Scarlett's supply quality was worse, as it mostly consisted of cheap Roaches, anyhow, it was still a disastrous position for Gerald. So the only hope for a comeback was a big gamble, like placing 2 bases at the same time, and soon many more army clashes would happen.
Yeah, very nicely done. At the same time, a big Roach counterattack though, and the gold base is under fire, and oh my god, a massive connection!
Oh, absolutely brutal. These Disruptors doing nasty amounts of damage.
I mean, this could be a comeback for Geralt, as he does go for a DT drop here, and there is no detection, there's no spores!
Yeah, Gerald is doing everything right here, and this is starting to get a little bit scary for Scarlett. But she is, you know, really healthy on the workers here, almost completely maxed out again. Doing pretty well overall. Slow Zealots. but results nonetheless.
Nova's going to be going off, and they do catch the Ravager. Oh my,
Oh.
the feedbacks! Oh my god!
Every Ravager goes down, and the feedbacks on the Vipers. Incredible fight for Gerald. I mean, Scarlett almost maxed out once again, but that could not have gone worse.
Fight by fight, Gerald was slowly conquering his advantage back, because Scarlett scouted the bases a bit too late, and also because of Disruptors, the most powerful Protoss comeback unit. After a series of poor engagements, Scarlett, while still holding the lead in this game, decided to use Ultras in her last attempt to break Gerald's counterattack.
Yeah, certainly a scary moment here for Scarlett with all those Disruptors. The yoinks on those Vipers are going to have to be really on point, but Gerald's doing such a good job of zoning that out.
Oh, 2 Ultras go down immediately. Storms as well. Big feedbacks here on the Vipers. The Storms, they blanket the army as well, but do we have enough? The Neurals come in.
Oh, this does not feel like a good fight for Scarlett.
Not a good fight at all. The Infestors, they go down. The Ultras are falling as well. And Geralt is taking a massive fight. The comeback is real. He was dead, Poppy. He was down, what, 90, 80, 90 supply like a couple of minutes ago, and now he's in this.
Yeah, I can't really believe what's happening here. And I mean, Scarlett, neither. She takes her hand off the keyboard. Is kind of trying to work out where it all went wrong. And I mean, it's not going to help with the tilt against Protoss, is it?
It is not, as Zelta wreaking havoc towards the south. Base is going to be going down, and Geralt, he's snowballing out of control. Behind this, he could be working towards Void Rays, but alas, he does not need them as he's pushing towards that natural base. We have Ultras on the way, but against the Immortals, against all these Disruptors, I'm not really seeing how they can work. The Novas go off!
Oh, massive Novas once again. I mean, Geralt has just been getting dream fight after dream fight. This one in particular, not quite ideal, but he might just have the numbers that it doesn't matter. GG is called. Gerald with another impossible comeback.
GG. Oh, GG. Well played. The power of Protoss.
This is a clip from ESO Spring, where Elazer and Scarlett discuss this game against Gerald.
Have you ever had any embarrassing moment during tournaments that you can laugh about? I mean, probably had some terrible game that you played.
Just terrible games. I've had a lot of those.
You had a lot of those, yeah. Just like a lot of embarrassing games that she would like lose to a Protoss or something. And then she would like be so sad and...
That happened this season.
Yeah,
Against
like,
Trigger.
Yeah, exactly.
I was up 2-0.
Or the game versus Gerald from World Team League. Where Sasha was like up maybe 160 supply versus 50, and she lost that game.
Yeah.
And it was a team league, so
and we would have placed higher in the team league.
So it was an important match.
We like tied in points.
Yeah,
and
so
if I won that game, we would have been like third.
So I
in the
don't know
team
if
league.
This was one of those rare comebacks that would happen in a very grave situation against an incredibly strong player. And it's the reason this video exists, to celebrate the beauty of such StarCraft 2 moments, because essentially this is what we really love about StarCraft 2. It's unmatched difficulty coupled with such dramatic and epic comebacks that happen from time to time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please leave a like and subscribe to help us promote more StarCraft 2 content. Also, check out our video about StarCraft 2 comebacks if you haven't seen it yet. Have a nice day and see you next time.